Good morning, everyone. I was asked to do a video on Fanmilk PLC. So Fanmilk, this is the name of the company. It was listed, or it was founded in the year 1959. They are into packaged food and meats. So sector is food and beverages and tobacco. Market capitalization of 929.658 million. Outstanding shares of 116.21 million. Just the key information of Fanmilk PLC with a ticker name FML is having a cash of 198.44 million, equity of 305.83 million, total liabilities of 377.38 million, and total asset of 683.21 million. So liabilities are things the company owes to others. It can be maybe taxes that they've not paid. It can be loan that they took and they've not paid. It can be bonds that they've not fully fulfilled, and many more. So when we come to assets are things that they own for themselves. Asset can be maybe the building they are having, cars that they are having. We can talk of loans that they've given out to others. So that becomes their asset. So let's come here. Looking at its financial position, we have long term and then short term. Within the short term, the asset is more than the liability. So the asset within the short term is around 522 million, and the liability is around 375 million. And within the long term too, the asset is around 161 million, and the liabilities is just 2 million. So let's come to debt to equity ratio. So debt to equity ratio talks about how the company is using, whether the company is using its investors' money to run its business, or is using debt, maybe loan it has taken from other banks or other people to run its business. So looking at the debt to equity ratio, this is how we calculate the debt to equity ratio. You pick the total debt divided by the number of equity. That's the money each shareholders has given it. So looking at it here, so the debt is 0 Ghana cedis, and that of the equity is 305.830. So let's come to the ownership breakdown. So looking at the ownership breakdown, individual insiders owns about 0.791%, which is equivalent to 919 shares, 19,000 shares. Private companies owns about 1.58%, which is equivalent to 1,830,401 shares. Hedge funds owns about 5.79%, which is equivalent to 6 million plus shares. Institutions owns about 10.9%, which is equivalent to 12 million plus shares, and the general public owns about 18.8%, which is equivalent to 21 million shares plus. And then public company owns about 62.1%, which is equivalent to 72 million plus shares. So let's look at the top shareholders within Fanmilk PLC. So the top shareholders owns about 81.2%, which is the public companies included. So let's look at this. We have a company named Danon SA is having equity about 62.1% on Fanmilk PLC. The number of shares is 72,178,636 shares, and is valued at 577.4 million. So the next company is this, which is Crown Capital LLC, owns about 5.79%, and the number of shares is 6 million plus shares, and is also valued at 53.8 million. Followed by this Gothic Corporation, they owns 2.16%, and the total number of shares is 2,506,431, and is valued at 20.1 million Ghana cedis. So these are the top 3 shareholders of Fanmilk PLC, with additional shareholders being Data Bank, Asset Management, and then ETC, Social Security and National Trust, and many more. James Asari too, and then Daniel Ofori again, and many more. So this is just the key information about Fanmilk PLC. And also let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a video on any other company. Let's come to the community, the stock community. So Fanmilk PLC has key details of this, and with the revenue it generated as of the 30th of September 2025 was around 927.9 million. The cost of the revenue was around 605.1 million, and the gross profit is around 322.9 million. Other expenses is 275.1 million, and then the earning is 47.8 million. So this is the earning, this is what it has earned, that's the profit it has earned maybe within that period. And to calculate your earning per share, to calculate the earning per share, that's the value you multiply by the total number of shares you are having in the company to get your dividend payment. So to calculate the earning per share, you pick this amount of money they earn, which is the 47.8 million, divided by the outstanding shares, which is equivalent to 116 point something million. So you pick you pick the 47.8 million divided by the total number of shares. So that should give you the earning per share. So let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a video on any other company. And also, as I always say, the video is just for educational purposes, it's not financial advice.